Within a mystery lies another mystery. Within a mystery lies a sacrament. Within a sacrament lies a journey. Through a journey lies a living. Within a living lies a calling. Within a calling lies our God. Within our God lies a mystery. Always a mystery within another mystery. Things are never as they seem. This is Trinity Sunday, not some enigma to solve, but a mystery to live. Welcome into God. The Spirit of life, God of many understandings, calls us to be in communion with one another, to be connected and grounded in community. May all feel validated, loved, affirmed, and respected. May all feel welcomed, encouraged to be themselves, and then inspired to face this world with a renewal of the mind and fresh conviction to be and live the change needed in this world. We are individuals and community on the way, intricately linked with one another, evolving, growing in life pangs through change, vision, and possibility. Experiencing and handling trust and caution as we move along together. On this day of becoming, more human and one, we invite a spirit of trust more fully into our lives. Amen.
Today's reading is from Luke chapter 17. On the journey to Jerusalem, Jesus passed along the borders of Samaria and Galilee. As Jesus was entering the village, 10 people with leprosy met him. Keeping their distance, they raised their voices and said, "Jesus, Rabbi, have pity on us." When Jesus saw them, he responded, "Go and show yourselves to the priests." As they were going, they were healed. One of them, realizing what had happened, came back praising God in a loud voice, then fell down at the feet of Jesus and spoke his praises. The individual was a Samaritan. Jesus replied, "Weren't all 10 made whole? Where are the other 9? Was there no one to return and give thanks except this foreigner?" Then Jesus said to the Samaritan, "Stand up and go your way. Your faith has saved you." The Pharisees asked Jesus when the reign of God would come. Jesus replied, "The reign of God doesn't come in a visible way. You can't say, here it is, or there it is. No, look, the reign of God is already in your midst." For the truth made known in the text, for the wisdom found on different paths, for the hope that leads us on, we give thanks.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, to be gorgeous, to be talented and fabulous? Actually, who am I not to be? I am a child of God. My playing small doesn't serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that people won't feel insecure around me. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we liberate our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. That's the God within in a nutshell. These words, made famous by Nelson Mandela, capture the very essence of the God within. Traditionally, Christian theology captured the notion of God within with the phrase, the indwelling of the Spirit. The Hebrew word for spirit is ruach. It's a word that comes out of the depths of our being and goes through our whole body and fills the space around us. Ruach. It means the breath of God. The Greek word for spirit is pneuma. Once again, that word comes from deep within us and comes out as a breath, and it comes out, it fills the space around us. Pneuma. We don't even need to know what it means, because we can hear it and we can feel the breath. We can feel the Spirit coming from deep within you. Pneuma. What we've just experienced is the God within. I wonder how many of us really believe that we have the seed of God within us. I wonder if you are like me and you find it hard to believe or hard to own the power and the wisdom of the God within. I wonder if you, like me, have some fear of the responsibility of the God within. On this Trinity Sunday, I want to place the God within in the context of the Trinity. Trinity is a concept that is in all religions, including pagan religions. It's not unique to Christianity. And with all the different religious understandings of Trinity, there is something which is common. That is, that the pattern of life is a triad. The pattern of life is three. That means that there is a subject, there is an object, and there is the relationship between them. All sorts of people over the centuries have tried various analogies to describe the Trinity in a Christian understanding. An analogy that we might use to understand the Trinity is that of ice, water, and steam. They are all one, and yet at the same time, they are all distinct. Ice is attached to form. It's solid, it's immeasurable, we can see it, we can touch it. Water is much more subtle and it's fluid. We can still measure it, but we can't always see where it ends and where it begins. Steam is invisible and it's mysterious. So we have ice, water and steam. And I want to suggest we link that with another analogy we often use, that of body, mind and spirit. That the body is that which is physical and that we can touch and feel with our senses. That's like the ice. Now, who can say where the mind begins and where our mind ends? Our mind is the water, it's fluid and subtle and many-faceted. Steam is, if you like, spirit, invisible and mysterious. We know that it's often impossible to explain rationally that which goes beyond words. That which seems to go beyond our senses, we often call spirit, and we can relate that to steam. Body, mind and spirit in each of ice, water and steam. Or think of this, for example, in terms of love. Again, 3, we have the lover, the beloved, and the love shared. A triangle, a triad. We can think of all the different aspects in our lives, subject, object, and the relationship between them. As the Spirit of God that is within us is manifested in body, mind, and spirit, we live, move, and breathe divinity in that triad of love. For God is love.
We light this candle in remembrance and hope, to call to mind Magnus and Ronald and all the saints, and all those dear to us who have gone before, especially those who have died in recent times. And as a sign of hope to future generations as yet unborn, Jesus said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life.
A prayer. Through the ongoing creativity of God, we marvel at the invitation to go and be likewise, to gently lay hold of the gifts we have been given, and to share them open-handedly. For we yearn for a greater creativity in our world, with the common good in mind. We long for minds and hearts devoted to peace and goodwill, not more technologies of war and disunity. Hear the desire of our hearts as we sing. As Christ accompanies us on our faith journey, we recall how he continually gave of himself for others and their well-being. May we also give freely. May we stand beside those most in need, offering encouragement and healing. For we yearn for greater compassion in ourselves and in our world. We long for minds and hearts devoted to a common human destiny, not one nation, one religion, or one economy. Hear the desire of our hearts as we sing. As the Spirit guides us on our way, demonstrating the unrehearsed nature of love in its desire to bring renewed life, may we follow with expectation and joy. May we be courageous, even outrageous, because of the call to include and value unconditionally. For we yearn for a vision that we can trust. We long for a life beyond mere patriotism or survival of the strong. Hear the desire of our hearts as we sing. Amen.
Jesus
Now may our wisdom show itself in deeds of compassion and in acts of understanding. May the fruits of the Spirit be apparent in our lives. May you stay safe in the way of Christ, and may you be blessed by his Spirit, today and always. Amen.